If it wasn't, I didn't hide the game. Alright, now we're good. Let me just get comfortable for the hour-long race. Now, welcome everyone to ACRL Season 2 round opener at Albert Park. Now, on the attendance form for the race, we had a full grid, but it doesn't look like that'll be the case for today. Everyone, as it's a new season, has been switching teams. We got a few new drivers in cars as well. We got Mikau and Trin, who were reserves for last season, both jumping in the McLaren. We got Finley's, who is a new driver to the league in the Ferrari with combined YouTube, and Monty Bar in the racing point with Stressless. We got Jedi Wooder in the Renault with Grando Keen, and Telemans both in the Mercedes. Real Noobmeister, I think he's new, I have not seen that name before. Him and PTR will be lined up in the Red Bull. Then we'll have Antex Paul both in the Alfa Romeo. For teammates, we got Javier, who's reserving today in the AlphaTauri with Miku, and Tim will be lining up in the Williams car for today. Now I'm just going to set everything up so we're good to go. I need to find out who's the first one today. It looks like it's a Renault, and I think that is Jedi. Yes, it is. And he'll be followed by Tim behind. 18-minute quali, and the strat for Australia is a soft hard. You can do medium hard, as you might want to go for a longer first stint compared to soft runners. But it could bite you in the ass if a lap 1 safety car comes out. We got Jetty stars in the lap now on those medium tyres. So both racing points leaving the pits behind them. We'll wait for the time for JD to set, but it will probably not be pole as everyone behind him is on the soft tyres. Miku, the only one out on the medium tyre with him. Jetty using all track available to him to gain the quickest possible time he's able to get. Gone through 10-11 now, down to 12, 9-10, I should say, it up down to 11-12. As he has a Red Bull going quite slow down to run on 13. Checking to see if this running smoothly. I haven't been streaming for this past couple of weeks. As Jedi sets the 22-1 on those medium compounds up now. Tim is coming across for a 22-5. He actually sets a slower time than Jetty on the hards. We'll have a couple more times. Paul comes across for 20.8, puts them into pole position. We have the two racing points finishing that. Trent comes across to do a 20.4. We'll have Mikau coming across behind his teammate. Rantic scoring 21 flat, putting him third. Mikau going faster with 19.4. Javier looks like he's crashed out, and that's on the extra turn at 12. On the full PTR to see where he's hit it, so he's hit it on the extra, lost the rear of the car. Downboard with PTR as he completes his lap. So only one driver so far to put it into the 19s, and that's Trent's teammate. Mikau. All the drivers are put in the 19s as Will Newmeister puts a 20.7 for third place. PTR coming across now as a 20.1, almost in the 19s. But the two McLarens up front. That's how they leave the session. That might be a disconnect from the driver. We'll jump down to Stretcher. It looks like he's about a lap. We'll see who else is on lap. Finley's looks like he's on lap. No, he's gone in the pits. Jump on board with Keena, who's just behind Stressless on track. On to 11 and 12, but all the way down to 13 now. Ugh. Now, I'm not going to be very energetic this race, as I do have a slight headache. So this is going to be interesting. Stress is coming across now to set his time, but it's invalid, so he's going around again on those tyres. Keen coming across the line now to do a 22.8, puts it behind Miku on the meters who did a 22.5. Jedi still in 7th place with a 22.1. They said before. Miku coming across the line now to do a 22 flat. 1 second off Vantix in 6th place. As we have Combined coming out on track now on those medium tyres. I should put that to fit. Jedi fitting those soft compound tyres. Which Renault's out on track? Jedi. So Jedi is now back on track to set a new time on those softs. I believe Miku will be heading back to pits to get a new set of tyres. So we'll jump on board with Stressless, who's about to finish this one up. Comes across the line now, just 20 plus 5. Flawless time out there, 3 seconds off the pace from Keen. As the two Alphas exit the pits behind them. Nico has come back in the pits. We'll jump aboard with Combined, who's on those medium tyres to set his lap. It looks like not really anyone else in the lab. Javier has rejoined the session, so he will be starting from the back as he did crash out in quali. We'll have to go see to the end of Sector 1 now. Combined actually goes purple. Don't know how right that one is on the time boards, as the game does tend to glitch out with purple sectors. Not everyone else coming across the line now to start their flying lap. Combined teammate just across the line to start his lap. Combined on purple Sector 2. I don't know if this will be purple to... I believe it will be purple to Keen. That would be shown on his scoreboard, because the scoreboard only shows the top 5, or the top 2 and the bottom 2 on your scoreboard. So it might be purple to Keen's time at the moment. We'll see on the way, on the run to the line now. It does a 21.4, puts that ahead of Miku, 4 tenths behind Vantix, who did his time on softs. Looks like Mikau is coming across the line now to start his lap, but we'll jump down with Jedi, who, no, he's pitting. So Jedi invalidates his lap, trying to pit this lap. I believe that is PTR, no, that is Real New Meister and Grando both coming across the line to start that lap. So we'll jump down to Tim, who looks to be coming across the line now. He does a 22.1, but it's inverted, so won't improve his time. Jump on board with Finley. No, Finley's going to pit, so it looks like most people who the same laps have invalid. Paul coming across the line now. Currently a 10th up on his time. What does he do? A 20.3, 5/10 improvement into third position. We'll jump on board with his teammate. I'm not sure what his teammate did because it didn't tell me what is up, teammate. How are you? His teammate, not sure what time he did because it didn't tell me. We'll jump on board with Combine, as Combine might be doing another lap. No, Combine not doing another lap, goes back in the pits. We'll jump on board with Mikau, who's invalid his lap, but is going to finish anyway. We'll see what time Mikau does, even though it's valid. So Mikau coming across the line for 19.429, only 3 thousandths improvement. We'll jump on board with Trin. Well, Trin's starting his lap, so we'll go to Grando, who's kind of... Oh no, Grando's invalid. No, okay. Telsman is on a out lap. We'll jump on board with PTR, who's kind of finished lap. Then we'll go to Tim. So PTR coming across the line now, does a 19.6, not enough to put him on pole. Not sure what Tim did because it didn't tell me, as always. What we'll do, I think Mikau is gone again. No, Mikau is not doing another lap. We'll jump on board with Trin, who's currently on a lap at the moment. 2/10 improvement out into halfway of sector 3, coming to the end of it now. Was he up by 3/10? This will put Trin back in the third position. Might get him into the 19s. As Garando ahead of him is also center lap. Not sure if it's valid. Grando coming across the line now. What does he do? He laps invalid, so his lap will not count to his time. We'll have Trin across the line now. For third place, it does a 20.04. Then we'll... Jedi was the one that crossed the line, actually. He started like Grando crossed the line now, does a 21.3 in that Renault powered car. Keen comes across the line, does a 21.5. What does Tim do across the line now? Goes in the 10th, 21.9. We'll jump to Telemans, who finished lap, does a 22.1, puts himself in 13th behind Jedi. I believe it's Finley who's starting a lap behind. And, which racing point is it? It's Monty Bar, who's coming into the final 2 corners now to start his lap. But we will jump on with a Jedi, who's 8/10 up on his time, which was set on the medium tyres. Now this could be a big improvement on the amount of time that he gets on these 2 exits. Needs a nice run out of last corner. Not using as much of the track as all the other drivers. Down to the line now. Does a 20.5. Puts it in 5th behind Paul. And 2/10 ahead of Real Noob. And now we got Monty Bar coming across, or Stressless coming across the line now to start his lap. And I believe we got Grando come back to pits. I think Tim will be doing the same as everyone else. Finley is on a lap as he is still trying to set a lap. Well, he's trying to set a competitive lap. I'm going to just stop. Looks like one of the Red Bulls is going to start his lap. That's Real Nice of Finland. Trying to go into pit lane instead of finishing his lap. We'll jump on board. Which car? Well, Miki's on an hour lap. We'll jump on Monty Bar, who's kind of finished his lap. This Real Noob starts. 3 minutes 40 back on the clock, so most drivers will be going in pits to fit their last set of soft tyres for qualifying session. Montebar doing a 21.6. Not sure if that moved him up on the timing board. We got Miku who's coming across the line now to start his lap. Stressless. He got wing damage on his fast lap. Will be coming into pits to get that repaired. That really hurt my ears. That engine rev. Real Noob Meister now coming to the end of sector 2. Let's see how much he's up by. Gives a slight touch to the grass. Goes purple sector 2. Only 3/10 left. So he might be purple to Paul, who's in 4th place. So Real Noob on track to get 4th. We'll see on how his run is out of the final corner. Uses all track available. Could have gone wide a tiny bit more to get a better exit speed. Does a 20.5. Doesn't improve his time, or he improves his time, but doesn't improve his position on track. Miku, who's on a lap, hasn't validated, so we'll see what Miku does if he decides to go again. Miku does decide to go again. We got Trin, who's left the pits with PTR just ahead. We got traffic from Miku into turn 1. Make sure he doesn't get blocked. Keen deciding to retire as there's wing damage on Miku's car from a racing point ahead. And I believe they are Stressless who's blocked Miku on his fast lap and gave him wing damage to the AlphaTauri driver. So that will be Miku's qualifying over. As Keen and Grando have both decided to retire. I believe Grando retired at the 5-minute mark. Keen has just retired 30 seconds ago. Yes. They do not have enough time to come back on track. Keen, or Tim, the only one on a flying lap at the moment. Same with Paul. I think that's... I need to check. Is that Paul ahead or Paul behind? So Paul's behind. So we'll stay on board with Tim as he'll be the first car to cross the line. As Paul is behind. Rantics, Alpha Mate in front will be starting the lap last out of every car on track. As we got PTR who has started his lap, touch of the grass there from Tim on the way down to 13, coming to the last couple of corners. As he's called his lap, and with that Paul with a dive down the inside on Tim on his qualifying lap. Combined coming across the line now does a 20.2 and sits in the 5th behind Real Noob Meister. Now we got Combine's teammate Finley's who will be crossing the line now. It doesn't set a time, so another invalid lap for the Ferrari driver. We'll stay on board with PTR as he tries to chase down Mikhail's 19-4 for pole position. As we got a Renault who's coming across the line now. That'll be Jedi who does not improve his time. As PTR does take pole, 19.418, but we got Trin who comes across the line now. What does Trin do? Trin does a 19.7. Now we got Mikhail trying to snatch pole away from PTR and does a 19 flat. Takes back pole position from PTR, and Trin will be starting right behind his teammate for the start of this race. Mantic's only car left on track to set a time, or only car left to get his lap completed. I believe that was a 20.90 just there. I don't know if he improved his time, and he did. He jumped into 4%, so he's still on that from Real Noob Meister in 4th. And puts his Alpha Mate in 4th position behind Trin. Now we got Mikau, PTR, and Trent all sharing the top 3 in the 19s. Only drivers so far to get in the 19s of Antics. Real Noob, Combined Pool, Jedi, and Grano Keen will take your top 10. With Montebar, Tim, Miku, who unfortunately could have set a time on those soft tires, will start below the top 10. Telsman, Stressless, and Finley's round out the top 16. Finley's unable to set a time. And Javier, who crashed out early on, will not set a time for the qualifying session. But I believe, well, most of you may not know, but the top 3 are all Australian drivers, so it's an Australian driver lockout so far, as PTR is Australian, as he lives here. I believe he is half Japanese. That's why he is rocking at the Japan flag. As we wait 15 seconds for people to... I got a teammate. Okay.
You gotta check the area.
I just got a message someone.
This rocket launcher. Yep. And they're gonna come down from there.
I just got asked for T-Mac to join a commentary box. I told him if he wants to join, he has to join the voice call I'm in at the moment. As he's messaged me again. Oh my god. Just telling T-Mac if he wants to join. Oh. T-Mac. Don't accept the first invite, that was a mistake.
I accepted the first invite.
Why? That is a watch lobby. No. Stop. I don't want to broadcast on Steam, you bastard. Did you get the invite for the lobby?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm stopping the broadcast because that will lag. I didn't see your message to the end of quali.
Sorry, Pepsi?
I didn't see that message to the end of quali.
Oh no, okay.
And you gave me no time to set my stuff up. So
it's a pretty good quali though, Mikau 19 flat takes at the end.
3 drivers getting in the 19s for good. As we got 3 drivers starting on the medium tire, we got Monty Bar, Telemans, and Javier all at the back starting on the medium tires. They'll be looking to go further in their stint, but it could hurt them if early safety car is called. Have you joined the lobby yet or not?
Nope. Joining now.
Did you change your name?
Yep.
Was that you that just joined?
Yep. No, it wasn't me.
Someone else joined and now you joined. We're waiting for the lights come on, but I don't even know what's happening. Oh, here we go. Lights coming on now. Cameron's not helping me. I'm looking at the back. 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Away we go for the season opener of the Australian GP at Albert Park. Mikau getting a great run on PTR. Takes the lead. We got a few people side by side in the turn 1. That is Jedi getting 2 places up on combined and real mid-pack. Cars happening at the back as we got 2 wide between Racing Point and Tim. Tim late on the brakes, hits Keen. It looks like Paul was also involved in that. Gets tapped and spins on the turn for entry. Just having a bit of issue at the back as we got DNF already. Lindley is just lost on turn 7. What was that, turn 6? I can't remember.
That'd be turn 5, Pepsi.
Nah, short.
I was watching him, he just flat-footed and just spun up and like that.
Mirando in 8th place does have wing damage on his end plate. That will have to be repaired later on into race, as Rantix has a big moment out of the exit of turn 12. Spins on the exit. I wish I had the replay system like Kuna at this time. As lap 1 is coming to end, the top 3 have not changed. PTR and Mikau building a significant lead to Trin in 3rd place. As Mikau saying the fastest time of the race. Grando pitting for new set tires and that wing damage from tapping the back of Paul. As Rantix seems to be having trouble at the back.
That's the 3rd time he's spun. He's having a great time. It looks like PDR's bringing the fight to Mikau. He's within a second still.
If you can, T-Mac, turn up your mic a tad bit.
Hello, how you guys going?
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yep, alrighty. Is it good now?
You'll have to commentate this for a bit. I'm gonna fix the sound. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on here, dog. So Mikau's still in the lead, only 7/10. PDR actually might be able to get DRS, and if he does, that's going to be huge for his race.
As we get a disconnect, Keen in 12th place in the Mercedes has disconnected from the session as I tab back in. T-Mac, okay, someone needs to let me know in the chat if T-Mac is louder than before. As we also get multiple disconnects, we get Combined, who's also disconnected behind Villeneuve Meister in the Red Bull. As Mikkel saying the fast line 23.5, who is breaking a second to PTL, which is now disappeared.
Yeah, where's the timings gone?
Finley, who crashed lap 1, has decided to call it quits and left the session as Tim taking advantage of Combine's disconnect. Looks like Grandos and Rantix have I want to see what's happened at the back. It looks like Grandos had a bit more of an issue. Well, I'm curious to see why Rantix is behind Grando after his pit stop.
Yeah, that's interesting. Rantix had a full wing even though after those three spins, so losing a whole pit stop in a lap, that's quite rough.
As PTR now picking up a 3-second penalty off on the turn 12 entry. And I believe he's in DRS range of Mikkel. I can't quite tell.
Yeah, it's
intervals are just shut the bed.
The only gap we can see is Rantix.
As we got Keen making a move on Stressless at the back. Stressless braking a lot later than Keen, running to wide, who also gives the position to Telemann on the medium compound tyre. As we get my gaps back in, so PTR is within that 1 second gap for DRS. Do we have any battles on track? We might jump up to PTR. There's a close, basically the closest car. No, Javier is closest now to Montebar in the racing point.
Oh, there was almost contact there.
Both drivers on the medium compound tyre. And Javier has the engine glitch.
Oh, that's good.
So as you said, Stressless making the move on Telemans for his spot back in 13. Gone a bit deep on entry, forcing that Talisman to take a wider line into 4. As PTR and Mikau are both dominating this race, making a 4-second gap to Trin. Trin at the moment in lonely territory. As he might have company from a Jedi Sunafu is a 1.1 behind. We will jump up to Javier, who's 3/10 behind Montebar in the racing point. Let's see if Javier is able to make his move on the racing point down the main straight. Both drivers making, well, Montalban making his defensive move down to the inside to cover off Slipstream, but goes way wide at turn 1. Breaks himself and goes off track, giving the place up to Javier. Javier at the moment suffering from a bit of ERS deployment issues already, as Miku has caught up to the back of Tim for 6th place. But we'll jump up to Real New Meister, who's on the back of Woody at the moment. Or woulda, coulda.
Yeah, as you were speaking, Pepsi, Rantic's last lap at turn 12, he spun again. He didn't lose his wing again. So,
Yeah,
still not out of it to Durando, but yeah, he's not having a very good race.
At the moment, Rantic's having the worst luck out of all drivers after having such a good qualifying. Jedi picking up a 3-second penalty on the extra 13.
How close can PTR get to Mikau here?
As PTR and Mikau are pulling away from Trinet to build their lead. Mikau looking for that double stack pit stop at the McLaren garage. As Real New Meister, who also again quite close to the back of Jedi on turn 1 exit. As we have had it off, and it looks like Grando's hit the wall and he's lost his whole right side of his wing, so that will be another pit. So Grando not having the best time so far. We'll jump back up to Real New, who's closest car on track to overtake, with Tim behind, who has almost made the second gap. And I believe he will have a DRS coming out of 12. As we've had, Javier has had a moment on the I think he had a moment. He's lost 2 places.
PTR is extremely
As Real New Meister sends around the outside of Jedi at the turn 13.
Oh, here we go.
Still around the outside, turn 14, going down to turn 15 as Jedi has had a moment and hit the wall.
Oh, they came together on the exit.
Has to watch the rejoin. He is missing his whole right side, the same as Garando, his teammate. So both Renaults not having the best of day with wing damage.
Oh no.
So now I believe we will see the hard tyres on Jedi's car as he picks up a 5-second penalty for speed in pit lane as well. So we'll jump on board with Real New Meister, who is now in 4th place, leading this pack of 2 cars. As I believe, as he's had a moment as well. That's the end plate and the whole right side gone, so that's going to affect performance now. As you can see, he can't even turn the car. Can't even turn the car at 9. So, Real New Meister losing 3 places because of that early power out of 8. Jump on board with Telemans, who's behind Stresses on the medium compound tire, able to keep the gap to him. But we'll jump on board with PTR, who looks to be okay. My spectator menu's bugged again.
He's currently 5.5 tenths back coming into turn 1. Oh my god, that was a massive moment from PTR. That could be the moment that brings him out of the DRS right now. He's over a second back now. He'll have to push extremely hard to keep in the DRS.
Well, Mikau was able to make that second gap on PTR, but PTR did bring it down on lap 2. As we got Javier, who's retired in pit lane, it seems, and was also left the session. Looks like he might have some personal issues at the moment. As Real New Meister has also come in pits for that wing damage and put on the hard set of tyres. Jedi, who came for wing damage, decided to put on the soft compound tyres. that's an interesting choice from the Renault driver. Renault been in 16th, already a lap down on everyone, or on top 3 already. Trin 9 seconds away from the lead, as PTR has already lost the DRS as Mikau, and PTR has called her, so they're both pitting. Now this is where we see our lead change, as Trin will need to stay out one more lap, as we get Tim and Miku, who are both into pit lane now for the hard compound tyre.
Combine stays out this lap, so you'd assume he's coming in next lap, unless he's trying to go for the soft medium, which is a possibility around here. But probably slower considering the strategy Mikau and PTR are going on to.
The soft medium strategy is a lot slower compared to the soft hard. I would always go to soft hard tyre if I saw a hard tyre on track from another driver.
That is true. There's a racing point that was going slowly.
As I believe that's Monty Bar has had a moment in sector 1. Not sure. He's lost it.
Yeah, he's
most
lost
of his left side of his wing. This will allow King to get past before the DRS, as Montebar just lets him through, as he has damage, decides it will be the quicker way for both drivers. As now all gaps have blown out, so no one's within DRS detection of each other.
PTR already on 6 seconds, that's going to be quite detrimental to his race. There's a chance that Trent could actually go up within those 6 seconds by the end.
Trent will
Does he pit? Yep.
Pitting this lap along with combined, I believe, as Tim was the only car to get DRS on Monty Bar somehow, as he's also got Miku for company on the exit turn. So it looks like
Combined YouTuber takes the lead.
Combined decided to stay out, as Tim has got wing damage. Tim missing most of
that's a retirement.
He's just deliberately crashed into the wall, and that's a VSC.
Oh, that's big. That's actually quite. Oh, that's quite unlucky for Trini. He just came out of the pits, but for people like
Paul, Keen, Miku, and Monty are all benefiting from this VSC. Miku, who got damage from Tim on the exit of turn 13, will be pitting.
Yeah, it's quite unlucky. He was already pitted onto the hard, so.
As Real Numarisa will be taking advantage of everyone pitting. Both racing points double stacking on the VSC, which not a typical good idea.
Oh, they're going back. Oh my, Mikau's already taking combined.
As we got a lead change already. Mikau taking over lead of the race from Combined, but Combined has DRS on Mikau, but not sure if he will be able to get it on the run to 13. Closes the gap well, but this will allow PTR to get DRS onto the main straight. This might also hurt PTR a bit, as Combined will be having earlier braking points for those soft compound tyres that are going on.
Oh wow. So Combined pits right now. PTR has DRS. Could this be the thing that brings PTR back within the second to Mikau?
Oh,
if so, that's quite big.
PTR would have the DRS for the 2 detection zones.
Oh, Mercedes went around at turn 12. So no damage.
That is Tellermans, who's lost on the exit of turn 12, it believes, on those 9-lap-old mediums. Only car not to have pit yet. As Combined exits pit right ahead of Paul in 4th place. As PTR has gone purple sector 1 already. So PTR is pushing this car to stay with him in that DRS of Mikau, but those penalties that he has is not going to help him.
No, not at all, but quite fortunately, Combined might have been a blessing for him. He's back straight into the DRS of Mikau. If he can stick with this, he might be able to even maybe get past him if he sticks with him long enough, but he does have no ERS. That could be quite big.
And
to the
Mikau is currently sitting on 70% ERS, not using any of his battery to show his true pace on this Albert Park circuit.
Yeah, that's true. If Mikhail used a bit more, he'd be flying out of PTR's vision right now.
Believe Mikhail, his
Oh,
way of driving as Mantix has retired at turn 1. I believe that is a bad brake failure into turn 1, as you can
We'll
say.
call it a brake failure. We'll call it that.
We could call it that, as his
Oh.
car is re-entering. It looks like he's got almost taken out Trin at turn 1.
Oh my. This could be a bit awkward for Paul and Combine, Paul and the DRS.
As Combine and Paul now coming around turn 1, they will see a slow Alfa Romeo going quite slowly to the Marshall point at the halfway point of turn 3. As we got Keen and Wilden Meister fighting for track position in 6th and 7th.
Yeah, Real Noobmeister, he had a massive moment out of turn 2. He was a lot closer to Keen. He might have been able to take him, but yeah, just almost lost the rear end there.
Keen,
a bit unlucky, but
Keen being on the fresher tyres will have the better grip later on, but at the moment, Real Noobmeister will have the better temperature on those hard tyres compared to the Mercedes. As we'll jump up to Paul, who looks to be quite speedy out of turn 12, catching Combine in the DRS now. Won't have a go into turn 13, but might be close enough for the pit straight DRS.
here comes Real Noobmeister.
Around down the inside of turn 13, braking later than Keener, gets the move done, forcing Keen on the outside. Keen tried to switch back on Real Noob, but didn't quite work out. Real Noobmeister showing that more wear in the hard tyres at the start of the stint is a lot better than fresh hard tyres that Keen currently has fitted. Now, PTR and Paul, or PTR and Mikhail, okay.
Oh my, PTR's, oh no! PTR's just smacked the wall.
PTR's having a massive moment as I was spectating Mikhail looking for
Oh, he's got damage.
As he's got left end plate down, just might invite Trin into his penalty zone for second place.
Will PTR pit from this? I think he will be able to gap Trin once if he pits, but it'll be a bit of a tough
PTR decides to pit for that damage that will set him behind Trin. It might set him down to Combine even.
It might actually, yeah.
It might set him even behind Paul, maybe, as he decides to choose a medium compound tyre for the rest of the race.
It's going to be tight. Trin's definitely passed. Combined and Paul are coming around the final corner.
PTR exiting his pit lane now, coming to the end of pits. We will have Combined and Paul racing down to the line. It looks like they'll beat PTR out of the pits.
Oh my.
PTR will get jumped by both drivers.
That is absolutely huge for PTR's race, trying to get back P2.
Now PTR will have a lot of work to do from P5 to gain P2 back from Trin. As Real Noobmeister, it looks like he's had a off at turn 2 exit, giving the spot back to Keen. Now we'll jump on the PTR. Looks like PTR is already on the back of Paul, ready to make a move into turn 10.
Oh, here we go.
As PTR squeezing Paul on the outside.
Damage. Paul's got damage, I think.
As PTR gives Paul damage. I'm not sure whose fault that is. But PTR did give it. PTR did send it and gave Paul the massive squeeze on the exit. As PTR's car is not liking turn 12 exit at all.
I'm surprised PTR only came out with an end plate loss out of that last lap in turn 12. He absolutely slammed the wall.
As Mikhail's decided to pit on the medium tyres, this might be to defend from PTR's mediums as well.
It might just be also to get the fastest lap point. I think there's a real chance PTR would have gotten it
Now we might see some team orders here for Trin from the McLaren garage to let Mikau by, as Paul has pitted for a new wing and a set of medium tyres to make it an the race. We'll jump on board with Real Numasa, who is behind Keen, looking to pounce, as Paul has dropped down to 10th place after that wing change. So that has hurt Paul's race, as he was sitting in P4 for so long behind combined.
Noobmeister's coming up to the back end of Keen now, or yeah, coming close again.
So we don't see our team order at McLaren to switch their drivers, as Mikau is still behind his teammate into the pit straight.
But he'll get it done here.
But Mikau will pass his teammate on this pit straight, easy as it goes. Trin will let his teammate by, won't risk both of them being taken out by going side by side into turn 1.
PTR's almost with a second of combined now, within a lap.
PTR sets the fastest lap at 22.9 on those medium compound tyres, showing his pace compared to the hards.
Yeah, I think that's why Mikau pitted. I think he wanted all the points he could get, and pitting on the mediums would give him the best chance to get the fastest lap. In fact, he just set a purple first sector.
Now, going off PTR's last lap on those medium tyres, Trin could be in a lot of trouble here for these remaining 13 laps at Albert Park. Even though PTR has that 6-second penalty that you stated beforehand.
Oh, yeah, he's got 9 actually now.
Oh, well, now 9 penalties. Not sure where he picked up his other 3 from, but it looks like he's sizing up combined for a move onto out of turn 12 on the run to 13.
Yeah, to first get Trin, he has to get combined first. This should make easy pickings of him around turn 13.
PTL on the outside of combined on the run to 13 gets the move done even before the corner. Now we'll jump on the Real Noob Meister, who is the next closest car to make an overtake. Mikau sent the fast lap 22.2 to take away from PTR, as Real Noob Meister looks to be sizing up Keen for an overtake on the main straight now.
If Noobmeister gets a good exit out of turn 2, he will be a real possibility of grabbing him into turn 3.
He is right up the gearbox of Keen and out of turn 1. It looks like Noobmeister will get this move done onto turn 3. Keen decided to move down to the outside of turn 3, giving Noob the inside, which will allow him to squeeze it if he wants. By Keen trying to switch back out of exit turn 3, not helping because it gives you the outside of turn 4 onto turn 5. Now gaps opening up everywhere. Trin losing sight of his teammate on those medium compound tyres already, as Tailman's at the back gets a 3-second penalty. That will be added to his tally. As Jedi on those hard tyres following pull round on the fresh mediums at the moment. I will jump back up to Keen, because Keen, that was probably a bad time. Keen almost lost it out of turn 12. I almost put a curse on him.
Wow, PTR, 1.8 seconds quicker than Trin that lap. He's reeling him in real quick.
Trin will be in a lot of trouble into the final stages of these races laps. Oh god, I can't talk about now. My headache is getting to me. PTR 7.8 behind Trin. Trin will be grinding his teeth for the remaining laps of the race to get second place.
Looks like a little battle for 8th is brewing.
We got Paul, who's just caught the back end of the racing point in 8th place. Monty Bar for 8th, and Jedi sitting in 10th behind Paul, but using all of his ERS to stay within that DRS at the moment, as Paul is currently sitting on 35%. Now this is the only battle close on track, as Paul looks to be siding up Monty Bar even before turn 10 comes up. Looking to the outside. This didn't work out last time with PTR as he got pushed wide. That works out this time. The camera's not helping me at all. Monty Bar gained the DRS on Paul this time as Jedi is trying around the outside of 11. But we'll get it inside of 12. Clean racing from the two of them. A lot of space given. Jedi moving up in the 9th. Monty Bar losing 2 positions within 3 corners. As Monty Bar gets a little bit sideways on the extra turn 13.
Yeah, very spicy. You gotta remember the penalty situation. Oh my god, Corrando's just got another penalty. That's 14 seconds of him.
Now we'll look at the penalty situation. So far, 2 drivers are sitting on 3 second penalties. That's Tellermans and Monty Bar on 3 seconds. We got Miku Noob. Real Noob on 6. PTR sent on 9 seconds currently. It might be 12 very soon. Jedi and Stressless both on 12 seconds. Grando, as you said, sent on those 14-second penalties, so that's going to hurt him even more.
Yeah, I mean, he's just come up to the back of Stressless, but...
Grando having a good drive after having an instant lap 1.
And another one as well. He's had 2 wing changes this race.
We'll jump down to Grando. Actually, he's nowhere near overtaken. Actually, he might get
hang
it.
on. He almost had a look in turn 6 there.
Oh, Stressless a bit slow out of turn 6, I believe it is. I turn 9. I'm losing my mind.
There's turns. Yes. Many. Here we go.
On the inside of Stressless down to turn 11. Stressless will be gaining the DRS on Grando though into our turn 12. Stressless then on to 15 seconds of penalties now. Same as Jedi.
Yeah.
So drivers are racking up penalties as Jedi is quite close to the back of Paul now.
Look at the gap between Trin and PTR. That is, it's closing in quick. They're going to definitely meet within the next few laps.
So PTR looking for the 2nd place from it. Trin, but PTR has to keep in mind he has 9 seconds penalty as Stressless picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Oh no.
It's not going to help his chances as Mikhail is coming up to a few back markers now. Paul picking up a 3-second penalty on the exit of turn 10. Keen disconnecting from the session, so that's not going to help him. That's going to give Miku an opportunity to dive in the second last corner as his car will be ghosted.
That's really unlucky for Keen right there.
If you're new and tuning into the stream, this is the season opener for ACRL Season 2 at Albert Park. As you can tell, we were going to have 17 drivers, but 4 of them DNFing quite. One of them DNFing at turn 5 quite early on from the race. Not sure if it was contact that made him DNF. But Keen will be looking to rejoin the session quite quickly, as Paul will be catching him quite quick, as PTR has caught the back of Trin now.
Trin must have made a mistake this lap. The gap was about 4 seconds at the start. He definitely did not have the best lap here.
So PTR now looking at provisional 2nd place for now, but he does have that 9-second penalty that will be added to his race total, and a possible post-race penalty from another driver for getting pushed off track. PTR going around the outside, Trin and giving the space to PTR, but PTR almost turning on Trin. Trin
That's
keeping the
very
line. You can tell how much faster PTR is turned by compared to Trin on those old softs or old hards at the moment. PTR on the softer tire, on the medium, the softer tire of the hards, still, those mediums will still be lapping quicker than those hards at the moment.
PTR, if he gets a good exit here, he'll easily grab him into turn 13.
Mikau, the leader of this race, coming up to some back markers now.
Oh, he didn't get as good as an exit as he would have hoped though.
PTR looking for the overtake into turn 13, goes around the outside, Trin giving him a bit of a squeeze on the exit, Trin holding the inside line of 14.
Oh, what a move.
PTR going around the outside, now it's Trin to the outside of 15. Now Trin will have the inside to 16. Oh, they touch and Trin's around.
Oh, he saved it though, no damage.
Trin saves his car. And that might be a report from Trin against PTR, the Red Bull driver.
It's hard to tell if that was a racing incident or PTR's fault. I mean, PTR did turn in. Stewards will have a look at that one.
Sure, they're gonna have a look at a lot of PTR's moves this race, as PTR's been in a lot of instances with a few drivers.
The most important thing here is that for Trin is to keep within 9 seconds. There's 6 laps to do it. PTR's tyres will fall off a little bit before the end, more than Trin's. So it will be really important for Trin to just keep within those 9 seconds. He's currently 5 back.
We'll jump down to Jedi, who's on the back of Paul at the moment on those old hards. In 9th place, looks like Paul getting the better exit than Jedi out of turn 2. Will not make the move with that DRS penalty, as Keen disconnects once again. And this will allow Paul and Jedi to both take the position away from Keen, so Keen will drop down to 9th place. Keen, after having an amazing race in 5th, has been destroyed by his internet. As we have drivers build a bigger gap to each other, will be the closest fight on track. Now all my gaps have disappeared. I don't know what's happening now.
Codemasters has had a very good game.
Codemasters definitely not broken game. This is the best game yet. Not broken whatsoever. As we get deltas for a few drivers coming back, combined and Villeneuve, Miku getting their deltas back. We'll have the deltas for Paul, Jedi and Keen very soon. Keen losing out a lot due to his disconnects over the course of these 4 laps.
But he is back for the moment. Can he try and get back into the DRS of Paul and Jedi?
Well, Keen is sitting on 40 FPS compared to both of these drivers who are sitting below 10%. So we might see Keen sneak into this DRS fight soon. But Paul is dragging Jedi along quite well on those medium tyres so far. As we wait for the gaps between Trin and PTR to come up, because that is the fight for second. Not on track, but with the penalties occurring, that is the fight on track, as PTR has 9 seconds compared to Trin having none. And the gap currently is 6.6.
Oh, wow.
And on to the 25th lap of this race. Keen dropping 2 seconds out from Jedi, so Keen not looking like he will be able to gain time on Jedi with Paul dragging him along. As Miku has pitted off, is going to pit off those medium tyres.
That's very interesting.
I want to see if anything happened to his wing.
No, nothing's happened. I think he's just putting on the soft button.
Miku is putting on the soft tyre, so Miku's going to attempt to get the fastest lap from Mikau.
But he's gone down to 10th from it.
11th.
That's interesting. Right.
So Miku is sacrificed 6th place to try and get the fastest lap.
Oh, he's just gone off.
as he's had a
Not the greatest turn one.
not the greatest braking judgments for turn 1 off the pit lane.
The gap seems to have stabilized just a little bit between Trin and PTR now. This is the end of PTR's tyres at the moment.
The lap 26 has been started by the leader. Trin at the moment has a lot more ERS than PTR, so Trin is using everything he can to stay within that 9 seconds of PTR. He already has 2 more seconds of play room left as Jedi picks up another penalty for his trouble.
Yeah. Trin just had his fastest lap at 24.3. PTR's last lap was only a 24.0. So at this rate, if Trin can keep that gap, 3 tenths of lap difference, he will be able to stay within those 9 seconds and get P2.
Mikhail with an absolute dominant performance so far, saying the fastest lap
Oh my!
in
Oh
qualifying.
no! Jedi had a massive moment out the last corner. He lost his end twice there, trying to attack Paul here.
As Jedi tries to make up the DRS loss, or the time loss. He uses almost all of his battery. He's now down to 2% on his battery. Oh, it's now just shot up to 13.
You gotta remember, Jedi has 18 seconds of penalties. At this rate, he's going down to 10th.
At this rate, it sounds like he's going to get DSQ'd if he's not careful. Now Mikhail with an absolute dominant performance in this race at the moment. Started pole from qualifying as he gets a 3-second penalty, and that'll be on the exit of turn 4, I believe.
Rip.
So there goes Mikhail's dominant performance. Not a clean race anymore.
Yeah, I think Trin deserves to win on this one. He hasn't had no penalties, so yeah, what a fantastic drive. I think the people's champion today is Trin.
I think driver's choice at the moment will either be Trin or Mikhail, but Trin looks to be more likely as he has no pens around this difficult circuit.
Still needs to get P2 though.
Albert Park, the circuit that is a lot easy, or very easy to get penalties on the entry to 11 and X on 12, actually.
Oh, here we go, Paul and Jedi.
As Jedi has caught up to the back of Paul. Now Paul Jedi was he going to choose? He's going to try the inside, but Paul covers it off at turn 3. And we'll just follow him for the rest of the lap. Jedi having to fight the car. A lot to turn in.
Oh, this is huge. PTR's going to get DRS from Pillman. Really? Oh no, barely out of it. That would have been huge for PTR's race to try and just get out of the 9 seconds.
So one more lap. Oh well, lap 28.
Yeah, that was smart. Yeah, one more lap. One more lap.
I'm smart. Leave me alone. Headache. And I help him. So 2 more laps for PTR to make that gap to Trin, but Trin is at 8.6. Trin has used almost all of his ERS to try and stay within that gap as well. Trin down to 27% as PTR is still sitting at 10%. Using most of his batteries on the extra just to get the speed. As Miku and
Trin has just fallen out of it now.
Now here comes the suspense part. Is PTR going to pick up a penalty within this last lap?
Oh, Pepsi's dad.
Yeah, so he's made you uncalled again.
Oh no, wait, is that another one? Is that a... what is that?
As,
Never mind.
Oh, as Granda picks up 3-second penalty. Jedi making a pass pull, but picks up a 3-second penalty for his troubles on the extra turn 4.
Oh, Miku went past one T-bar a couple of laps ago.
And Miku is now caught the back end of Keen in 8th place. So Keen now under pressure from the AlphaTauri driver. As we got the last lap underway for the final time at Albert Park. Mikhail will be seeing the checkered flag first if he keeps it clean this lap.
Wow, Trin has a mountain to climb. 2/10 doesn't seem like a lot, but when he's on the hards, PDR on the mediums, even though both those highs are going to be old, they're still very tough to get.
As we have it, looks like there's been a moment at turn
no.
1. That's Real Noob Meister who's had a big moment at turn 1, and he's also reset the track.
Does he have damage? No, I don't think he does. I think he's okay.
No damage so far. That is a spin off turn 2 exit. He won't be losing any time, that much time to driver behind. Still 6/10 the gap to Jedi.
And Mikau crosses the line, P1.
As we have Mikau coming across the line to secure his first victory for the season. As we have PTR who will take second place from Trin after those penalties have been applied, but they might be post-race penalties for the questionable moves that PTR pulled today. Trin using all of his ES on the
so close.
2/10 the gap between Trin and PTR after those penalties applied. Trin will take third, so the top 3 didn't move off their qualifying positions at all.
Now this is the interesting bit. The penalties, how they will be applied.
Now we'll jump to Jedi and Paul, who are still fine out on the last lap, despite the penalties.
I think Paul wants the pride of saying that he finished P6, but I don't think he'll be able to get there.
Well, they both are sitting on the same ERS level, so we'll see. Paul will have the DRS.
It's going to be a drag race.
Jedi's hit the wall, and Paul finishes ahead on track.
Oh, and there's Miku jumping, and then Keen jumps.
So Jedi being forced all the way into 9th. I think he might be he has been forced all the way into 10th place as well.
Wow,
So Jedi, after not keeping it clean, gets pushed all the way down to 10th as Miku gets driver of the day. Well deserved after making that interesting pit stop onto those softs. As we have Mikau taking the top step for McLaren on the first race. With PTR and Trin having a close fight with penalties in second and third. I think there'll be a lot to say to PTR after getting spun last corner, but from Trin though.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to the stewards now.
So that is your finishing grid. Technical PTR is Australian, so it's a top 4 Australian finish at their home GP. So we'll have Mikau, PTR, Trin, and combined taking the top 4, and all being Australians at the home GP. Real Noob Meister, Paul, Keen, Miku, Montibar, and Jedi will all take the remaining steps on in top 10. Telemans, Grander, Stresses, and will take the 13th, 12th, and 11th. Unlucky the Rantics, Tim, Javier, and Finlay to all DNF'd from this race. Especially to Finlay, who was taken out first or first lap.
Yep. Spit it out. Yep.
I'm good. I definitely wasn't dying.
Damn it.
As much as you wished. Well, that is the end for season, or that's the end for round 1 at Australia for season 2. We will have Bahrain next week at 11:30. No, well, basically at 12 a.m. for Australian time, but I'm not sure. What's the actual time for the start? Let me just check. The start time for ACRL next week will be 1400 CT, which, if you're in Australia, that is 12 a.m. at midnight. Fun. So that's it for this week. that's it for this week for ACRL. We'll see you. I'll try. Okay, thank you for that. Alright. We'll see if T-Mac's here next week.
I'll be here next week. I'll be here. I'm gonna.
I feel like you won't, but we'll see.
No, I'll definitely be here.
Well, this has been me, Apollo Pepsi. I'm going to continue to stream, but I'm going to end it now for ACRL. This has been T-Mac with the late call for commentary on the formation lap.
Yeah, this is. My name is T-Mac. That's my name. I just
And
commentated.
we will see you all
ACRL.
next week for ACRL Round 2 at Bahrain, which will be an interesting track for DRS trains, basically. Can't wait for that one.
Will we see more dive bombs?
Oh yeah, we could see a lot of dives at turn 1 and turn 4.
Hey, if you're within a second, you should go for it.
Yeah, okay.